Hey guys, Patrick Ward here for OptimumSportsPerformance.com, and today I'm going to go over a few soft tissue techniques for the diaphragm. Really important breathing muscle, and my buddy Carson Boddicker here of BoddicerPerformance.com has volunteered to be the guinea pig and lie on the table and get some soft tissue work. It's a rough life, isn't it, Carson? Tough life, tough life. Okay, so we've got Carson's supine on the table. His shirt is off. This technique works through the shirt as well, so if you're not in an environment where someone can take off their shirt or they're not comfortable, you can do it right through the shirt as well. So for the diaphragm, just a little bit of anatomy. It's a dome-shaped muscle attaching onto the inner surface of the lower 6 ribs, the xiphoid process, lumbar vertebrae 1 through 3, as well as the intervertebral discs, and attaches into its central tendon. And it shares a fascial connection with the psoas and the quadratus lumborum at the lumbar vertebrae. The diaphragm is the primary muscle of respiration and makes up our inner core unit muscles. So we have the diaphragm, the transverse abdominis, we have the pelvic floor muscles, the multifidi, and then if we read some of Pavel Kolar's stuff, he includes the deep neck flexors in that as well. To do our diaphragm work, what we're going to do is I'm going to have Carson bend his knees, and I'm going to have him place his hands across his chest. That's just going to slack a little bit of the rectus abdominis tissue so that we can work in here. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to feel for the xiphoid process in the rib cage and just kind of get a sense of where that is. I'm going to come right off that last rib that I feel there, and I'm going to have Carson take a big breath in, and then I'm going to have him go ahead and breathe out, and I'm going to take up the slack and work right up underneath those ribs. And again, go ahead and breathe in, Carson. Go ahead and breathe out. And then on the third time, I'm going to have him breathe in deep into my fingers and then hold it. Go ahead and breathe in and hold. And all I'm going to do is apply a little bit of friction right in that area below that last rib that I can kind of feel. I'm just kind of working underneath there as he pushes the diaphragm down to my fingers. Good, relax. If supine doesn't work for you, the client may have a larger stomach, so it's difficult to work through the rectus abdominis tissue in the sideline position. The stomach will drop out of the way a little bit so you can get under those ribs. So I'm going to have Carson lie on his side. Okay, and I'll take that pillow to support the neck. Perfect. We'll go with this leg out straight, and we'll relax this leg up onto the bolster there. Excellent. Okay, and so all I'm going to do here is I'm going to, again, feel for that bottom rib. Have Carson take a big breath in, and then as he breathes out, I just take up the slack and I curl my fingers under there. And again, good, and he breathes out, and again I take up the slack. And on the third time, go ahead and breathe deep into my fingers, Carson. Perfect, hold. And again, I'm just going to do a little bit of light friction right here on the diaphragm as he's pushing down into my fingers, and I'm pushing up into his diaphragm. Perfect, relax. So hopefully you found that technique useful. My name is Patrick Ward for OptimumSportsPerformance.com. He's Carson Boddicker doing all the work, BoddicerPerformance.com. Thanks a lot.